Hey folks, how are you all doing? I hope so you're doing fine. Let's see some of the chats maybe, and I guess people are joining slowly, but yeah. Hey folks, thanks for joining. So today is our second stream of the whole Hacktoberweek program. Okay, so yeah, talk about if you started your contributions or not. Have you started? Have you created any PR kind of thing, or have you started working on any project around it? We will love to share that part here. And yeah, till then, cool. I guess we have a kind of yeah, cool. So today's speaker is one of my close friend. Yeah, obviously we actually be a part of community since very long time. So obviously, uh, maybe that can be done around this and that kind of thing. But one of my friend, Kaiwalya, who is right now developing at Elestio. And yeah, I will bring Kaiwalya in here. He will introduce himself in a more better way. But yeah, Kaiwalya is here. Hi, Kaiwalya. How are you, bro?
Hello. It's been great, right? Long awaited event collaboration is here. Much more to come, but yeah, super excited to be here.
Great. I guess people are joining, but I guess we can start off with
Yeah.
the part. But just getting into more. Obviously, you have slides, so I will definitely will share it. But what your but just for every speaker, I will ask this: what's your definition of open source? Like, what's your take around open source? Yeah.
uh so for like open source, like more I got involved into open source, the more I understood that there is no one definition. The like definition for open source will change from person to person, their experience with open source. So my definition, so that's why I would say my definition of open source is it's like a welcoming space to try out different things, meet amazing people like you, collaborate with them and share your ideas, see your ideas getting implemented. So like a super fun space, and like being from a student background like everyone here, so it's amazing to see your creativity or your ideas, most random ideas getting accepted, and you are able to show everyone, hey, this is what I contributed to. So as a open source contributor or as a software engineer, that's like a huge achievement. So for me open source is fun, we can say fun and exciting, to because that enables me to like communicate with people, and contribute to very cool projects even though they don't have actual like real life impact use case. Some of the projects are just for fun and I like to contribute to them as well, so it's a fun space for me.
Cool. And as also, obviously for me, open source is more like a concept for me, because it's like a culture. Because we celebrate open source, it's not like Hacktoberfest is coming, so we are trying to or
Mhm.
celebrate open source. Yeah, it's obviously festival open source, but we try to do it every month or every day. If I will say, we love open source, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a very yeah, it's very long time that we are doing this, and I guess community is growing simultaneously around it. And yeah,
Mhm.
we are loving to see that. And yeah, I guess
Mhm.
maybe Kevin, if you want, you can share your slides, and we can start off with the session. Yeah.
Yeah. So are we waiting? Let me see if like social posts are there so I can tweet about it, retweet about it. Maybe let's see. Um,
So I'm
um,
guessing Twitter is out. I guess I'm guessing.
because I think it will take a couple of minutes for people to join. I don't want them to miss out on something. But yeah, again, we will have Q&A at the end. So maybe I can put
Yeah.
it.
Till then, what we can do for other folks, if those who are listening to us,
Mhm,
I can share.
mhm,
Basically, we started off one of the project under our community. So
mhm.
maybe I could give a small brief around what we are actually trying to do. So yeah, give me a
Yeah.
moment, folks, to do that. Let me switch to yeah. So let me check, let me check, let me check. So yeah, let me share my screen. Get them
Yeah,
on
sure.
the screen. Yeah, yeah, cool. So yeah, I guess it's visible. So yeah, these are all actually, and it's kind of a 1 to 2 years that we started off this thing. But yeah, so actually, what we did. So this is the last year repo. If anyone can get
Mm-hmm.
around. So I give you one more. So yeah, so yeah, this is the last year one, and it basically so we created, I guess, on the last year we did because it's an in-person thing in basically in Belaidurg only. So over that
Mm-hmm.
period of time, we kind of closed on 50 plus PRs, kind of we can say,
Mm-hmm.
their PRs around the whole thing. But
Mm-hmm.
our major agenda around over Hacktober Week is to basically give them major different contribution, just not only code contribution, if I will say. So our major
Mm-hmm.
thing is more on how you can contribute to web projects, mobile projects, and actually if I give you more part around it, so we have some projects that also enlisted in the repo. If you think you want to use this project, you can basically create a PR around it, or if you want to create an issue for that for the same. So this is the kind of thing that we are actually try to do.
Mm-hmm.
And simultaneously, obviously, open source is just not for developers, or if I will say coders, it's for everyone from any
Mm-hmm.
background. That's the base of open source, if I will say around it. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of that. And if you want to contribute, you can start contributing here. But my major thing is to share with you all. So we started off one project, so it's called Open Connect actually, and we started off this, you can say, a month back, but we are into the process of
Mm-hmm.
understanding around it, that kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
our major
Mm-hmm.
thing is how the thing is that we're thinking to do a clone of Meetup.com, but in a very open
Mm-hmm.
source way. So what we are trying to do
Mm-hmm.
here, we are combining Luma's feature and Meetup.com feature into one standard
Mm-hmm.
point, and
Mm-hmm.
we are trying our best. But if we love to have you guys, folks, sorry, my bad, folks. And we also created a trajectory how much we time we are thinking to push this issue. Right now, there is only 5 issues in a more standardized way that I created. But some of
Mm-hmm.
the PRs are already merged, some of the PRs are already open, and it's open for it's basically beginner friendly. So if anyone wants to
Mm-hmm.
contribute around it, they can. And yeah, we love to have you all around it. But it's you can say a lot talking from my side. Maybe Cavalier can take over around it, and let me add maybe Cavalier's stream to the stream. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
maybe you. Okay, let me check. So like basically right now I'm going to present so for just now I wanted to ask if the application you just mentioned if it's participating in Hacktoberfest.
yeah, it's basically participating in. Yep, the label
Okay,
is up. Yeah,
maybe share the repositories link in private chat so I can go through it
sure,
during
sure,
my
sure,
session because I'm going to go around this GitHub a lot during the event. So yeah, we can go
yeah,
there.
sure.
But
I'm
yeah, now
sharing
you
that
can
part.
share the screen as well. So I can go to the presentation, and if there is anything, maybe you can in like ping me in between, like you can jump in directly because I won't be able to see either the stream or anything will be due to
Sure,
presentation
sure,
and
sure.
me not having my second screen right now. So you'll have to jump in if there is question or anything else, right?
No worries. I can take that part. Yeah, I guess I dropped
Great.
on the
So maybe
private chat.
then
Yeah,
yeah, great. I will jump back to it and take it.
sure.
So let's start. So hello everyone. So this is like contributing to open source, but I'm not going to go over the uh, like the specific and templated talks. It I know it's like as a beginner you should be knowing that, but like OpInCo community has is doing really great job in making these talks separate. So I would highly encourage you to attend those talks, because those are specifically pointed towards some of the things I won't be covering in this talk. So yeah, so you should definitely take that session. So that is what I wanted to say in like very beginning. So today, basically, I'm going to tell you how you can directly contribute, and I'm going to take you through GitHub links and entire process that I personally follow and I have seen people follow, and convey that to you. So you can just after this session, you can directly jump onto GitHub and start contributing. So I will try to make it that much accessible so you can directly jump onto the project and start contributing in a meaningful way. So yeah, contributing to open source and all you need to know, hopefully. So who am I? So I'm Kaiwalya Koparkar. I'm developer advocate at Elestio. I'm CNCF ambassador, GitHub campus expert, MLH coach, and your GitHub open source guide for today. So if you have questions about anything here, most of the things I mostly work with open source in all those titles. So you feel free to ask questions around that as well. I would be super happy to help you. I hope that helps you get a perspective on how open source can be connected into different paths and how you can keep on working on open source and move forward. Great. So even before I begin, some of the things Kartikeya already mentioned in like during the start, but I will try to, and I would like to go and reiterate onto that. So open source is for everyone and not only for coders. So even if you are a designer or you don't want to get into technical things, still want to contribute to open source is for everyone. And you should definitely try out open source even if you are not interested in technology or anything like that. Open source is for everyone and open source welcomes everyone with open arms. Then every contribution counts. Don't think that this person has done xyz contribution, I have done only this much. Every contribution counts, every contribution has its value. So don't try to put yourself in someone else's shoes every time, and try to be involved in the process, try to experience the process. That's what I'm trying to convey. So every contribution counts. Then there is no big contribution or small contribution, it's just a contribution. So when people say I want to do a big contribution, I don't want to do a small contribution, and always I correct people that there is just a contribution, it's a contribution. There is no big contribution, there is no small contribution. If you are adding 50 files, that means it's a big contribution? No, there is no big contribution. There is, if it's providing large value or small value, it's just a matter of value and not the size of the contribution. So every contribution, so there is no big contribution or small contribution, it just varies from the value. And throughout this session I will try to convey how the value matters and how the value shifts. So I won't specifically be mentioning that okay, this has 2 value, this has 5 value. I won't be telling like that. I would be going through a process, and in that process you will hopefully understand how the value shifts and how you should aim on contributing in a greater value, how you can provide greater value to the project, and how your contribution stands outside. So no big contribution, no small contribution, it's just a contribution, right? And again, code is not the only contribution. You can contribute through different ways, I will be explaining here in this session as well. So that if you don't want to code as well during Hacktoberfest, that's all right. Or in general you don't want to get involved in a lot of code, you don't like coding, that's all right as well. I will tell you different techniques and like different ways that are open source contribution, but generally no one speaks about it, so I will go through them as well. So what we are going to see is first how to pick a project. Everyone here might have the similar question, how do you pick a project? There are so many projects, thousands and millions of projects out there. How do I pick a project? Then we will be seeing correct way to get ready. So generally what we think is, get for me to be ready to contribute to project, I have to do certain things. So what I follow to consider myself as a ready to contribute to any project that I'm going to share today. And then choose your battle. Let's keep it hidden for now. What I mean by that, we will go towards it during the whenever we come to that point, let's say, and then start. So interestingly, start is at the end, because my aim for this session is not to sit beside you and make your contributions there. My aim for this talk is to make equip yourself or help you equip yourself to go there confidently, pick a project and contribute. And that's why the start is at the end. So after this session, you can directly start, right? So the first one, choose something that's fun and not what other people find fun. So see, you might have come across, say, suppose giveaways or swag drops or something all the people are talking about, and it's generally happens that now you also want to contribute to the same open source project, same like same community, something like that. So find what's fun for you and not what other people find fun around you. See, it can be the same thing, I'm not saying it cannot be the same thing, but if you find something else fun, some other project more valuable or some other project more interesting, and just because not many people are following it, you think like, okay, that my contribution might not matter, so I might just shift to the more fancier and more flashy projects. That's not a right mindset. Any project you choose, if you are providing greater value, at the end what matters is your open source contribution, and contribution can be anywhere and in any way. So at the end your contribution matters, right? So it doesn't matter what project or what fancier library you are contributing to. What you are contributing and how much value you are providing at the end, that's the game changer. So choose something that's fun for you and not what other people find fun. So how I do that is, generally, let's directly jump into GitHub. So how I came here, so it's typically easy. I just type Hacktoberfest uh, in the search bar, and then I went here to the topics and chose the first one, which had like most ones. So maybe that's how I found out that it's the legit tag. Then what I do is, now you can see Hacktoberfest. Now, okay, I'm a beginner. I am here and I want to contribute. So I am at the Hacktoberfest tag. So obviously, because I want to contribute to Hacktoberfest, so I should be there into the repositories which provide me the whatever things are needed for me to qualify for the 4 pull request criteria, right? So if I go here, now you can see the projects, just see the projects, the stars, everything, right? Just see. And let's go to this, because I think most of the people have these themes there. So if we go to issues, let's put Hacktoberfest here. Hacktoberfest. Okay. See, it's one is already there, I guess. uh Someone has already created it, and maybe if you are watching this, you can go ahead actually and check out whatever I discover and take up these issues. But yeah, so let's say if I just go here, beginner friendly issues, so many issues are there, they are getting assigned. If we go back, let me go back to the project. For example, first project, free code camp, let's say. uh, if I go to issues, now there are so many issues essentially. Hacktoberfest. Why I'm putting Hacktoberfest? Because those are generally like for beginners. So because entire Hacktoberfest theme is mostly at the most part to get people involved in open source. So mostly it's like you can contribute, and it's always good to take up challenge. But see, if I go here, you can see there are like five to six people already there taking up the uh, asking for taking up the issue, and it's not assigned, but I can see there are five conversations. So naturally we get demotivated, right? So because, okay, there are five people already asking for the project or something, the issue, uh, I don't feel like contributing to it. There are so many people and I'm not getting like a valuable contribution. So what I do is, go here and do like fewest stars. Just go fewest stars. So now you get all the projects that has literally 0 stars. And the benefit I'm telling you is, now let's imagine like the project which has like 0 stars, but has like good project. They are having some innovative idea there, and you're contributing to it. First, your PR gets accepted super fast. Second thing is, there is no rush, so you can take your time building it, contributing to it. And the maintainer gets help because now you're contributing to the project. There is no rush. You are finding essentially an empty ground for yourself. And then maybe you can choose language. So say suppose I want to work in Go. I can choose that, and I can see there are 4194 public repositories with fewer stars. uh, don't go with such things. Open PR ones, don't go with that are not considered now. No, not this one. uh, Leaderboard, okay. If it's leaderboard, then maybe let's check the project. Okay, this looks like a project that would be fun to run and see the official leaderboard, right? And now if I see how many issues, okay, 4 issues. See, this is practically like a empty one. So now you can, I will tell you how you can go ahead and other steps. But now see, I'm finding projects that are in Hacktoberfest, but now there is no rush, so you can directly go. Let's see, do auto. What's this? Okay, it creates ocean droplets. Okay, this is this like couple of files only, but I will tell you how you can make valuable contributions there. See, Terraform provider Proxmox, there is no issue here. I guess it's forked, but if I just see if it's forked, see, like the main purpose why I'm going through everything is to show you how I navigate through projects and how I see the projects. So let's see the issues here. Do not gracefully shut down. Okay, see here the description is also provided. I'll tell you after this what I do, but currently the current goal is to find your repository, to find your project, right? So that's what I'm showing you, how I find projects. So this looks good. uh, Not much rush here. Some people are working on it as well, but that's good. Let's go back. Okay, messagings, quick scripts, okay, okay, weather station, that short link, that sounds good. uh, Google divine DNS tool, okay. Let's see the issues. Okay, they have not had issues, so maybe you can contribute to it. See, help them build their documentation, try to use the project. Let's see, Docker file. I'm just seeing how I usually go ahead and check it. Okay, great. So they are building the app, so every app is there in main.go. Yeah, basically. And again, if you don't know Go, don't worry. I'm not trying to teach you into Go, but I'm just telling, if I'm interested in Go, how I can go ahead and try to like check out different how I can find myself a project to actually contribute to. See, now there is an API project, and actually I'm working into APIs, some of the things, so maybe this would be good project for me. See, they have like quite good documentation, architecture and stuff is there, and everything is there. So in short, now I have found the repository, and now if you are following along with me, which I highly recommend, that play this stream in background and just follow the steps I'm following, maybe you will find a great project for yourself, and maybe you can contribute to it a lot. Eventually you can put your contributions in your CV's resume, which eventually will help you. So imagine you putting a lot of efforts into it, writing a good amount of, right now I'm telling code because I am seeing it through a code perspective, that if I'm able to put do a code contribution. So that's why I'm saying code. So if you are there going for engineering role, so you show, okay, I have contributed to this project, and they're able to now see a larger uh, contributions for your from your end, which has great value because you have written some things for them. You have helped them set up. Maybe you have become maintainer. You ask the maintainers, can I become a maintainer of this project after your contribution? It works that way, right? So first of all, finding your project. See, there are multiple projects. Literally, Go language has like 4194, and I have done fewest stars. uh that's what I have done. So that's it sorts descent in decreasing order, so I don't get locked into the flashy projects. I'm not saying don't contribute to it, but definitely try out different projects. It helps everyone in the community. So after that, great, so let's come back. So first of all, you have found that's something fun for you, right? So now you have found a project. For example, for me right now, if I found the API project, cool, I found the API project that I can contribute to, right? Then the next one is understand and read before you dive deep into the project. And all the quotes are from me, so you can re-quote me, but again, that's fun part there. But read and understand the project. So let's go back again, and let me just quickly see what is here. So read and understand. So if I go, so again, the say, let's see what's here. Okay, there is nothing here, so I cannot actually read. But now you can, for any example of project here, so read it, read everything. So why I'm saying read everything is because now you will understand more about the project, how they are setting it up. Because most of the time if you go there, okay, I'm not understanding anything, and it's a high chance that it's already written in the documentation somewhere. So that's why I tell, like, go and read whatever you're trying to contribute to, and just see how to install, see dependencies, and see whatever they have referred versions, and whatever they have given here, read it. So reading is very important while contributing to open source projects. So the general steps that I follow is read the readme. It's just literally in the name that read me, so you should definitely read it. Then contributing file, code of conduct, join their forums, and we will see what I'm talking about. So let's go back to the GitHub. Let me just search here, Hacktoberfest, right? And then let's go again to his topics. The first one, okay, let's go ahead with the first one, because now I want to show you whatever things are there. So first thing, if you land on a project, I can definitely tell you some of the things. If the project is missing, and if you add to it, there is like little 99% chance that your contribution will get accepted. And which is the if you go to insights and go to community standards, you can actually see it here. So if the project is missing code of conduct, now you can add it, and that's a valuable contribution, because now you are adding a code of conduct to a project. If there is no code of conduct to a project, and apart from contributing your code of conduct to the project, if you are trying to contribute something else, and if the project does not have code of conduct, I highly encourage either contribute the code of conduct first, or maybe try out different projects, because I do not encourage people to contribute to the projects which do not have code of conduct and are not accepting any code of conduct requests. So code of conduct makes it possible for projects to maintain a safe space for everyone, and it would be a safe space for you as well as a beginner. So code of conduct is essential. Contributing guide. So every project, if there is no contribution guide, maybe follow the readme steps, or try to build project yourself, and then write that down into contributing file maybe. That's there. Generally projects have license, but if there is not, then you can maybe propose a very neutral license, MIT license. You can contribute to it. Issue templates, pull request templates. If the project does not have it, contribute to it. That these are like free green squares, you can say, on your GitHub repository or GitHub graph. So if it's not there, and it's a community standard, so every project is expected to have it as a community standard guidelines. And as expected, free code camp has all the security standards and community standards already taken care of. So yeah, definitely go ahead and check the insights first. Now coming back, go to the readme. First of all, read the about section and check out all the links here. What does that mean? Then the first is readme. Read the readme, that is really essential. Go through. Okay, this is free code camp, so mostly they will have is what all certifications they have. They will have the links to the courses, but you can understand like different projects perspective. It would be, for example, uh, what we can say, it could be why we are building this project, what is the aim of the project, what are the milestones of the project, what is the timeline of the project, something like that, right? So this is really essential that you read the readme first. And I would really like to sidetrack really quickly, and I will come back to it why I'm doing this, but because I don't want to waste everyone's time here, I just want to quickly add to one of the points. So coming back, let me just quickly go here and let's, because Apprite is known by everyone, so I will just select it. Mm, mhm. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. Okay, we'll come back to it. But I just wanted to deploy a simple thing before we move ahead, so it becomes easier. Let's see this. Let me just put Postgres here super quick. Okay, so it will keep on creating. Until that, we'll come back to that point why I did that. So again, we come back to here. As I said, free code camp again has all the projects and stuff there, their libraries, front end library certifications, all the certification stuff here. But what I'm looking for is if they have forums or Discord server that I can join, and they do have that. So if you go to here, you can see there is forum, there is YouTube channel, there is technical publications, and there is a Discord server. So now the first step, whenever I land to a project, okay, I found a project, but what next? Do they have? Now I see if they don't have it mentioned in their readme, what I do is I usually create a issue. If I would really want to contribute to this project and keep on with the project, is I ask them if they have any Discord or Slack, anything that can help me. Because these platforms are really faster. So if you communicate there, hey, I'm facing these problems, or what are the plans, or if you can attend the meetings of such projects, they have generally the Discord, Slack, or somewhere forum, Jitter, or something to help you out. So you can definitely go ahead and join this platform. So first thing, you found a project, now you are joining all the socials. Then check out if they have like YouTube channel, check out what they are doing on their YouTube channel. Then technical publications, see what type of blogs are being posted, how often they are being posted. So now these are open source contribution as well, because see, you see technical publication and not many blogs are being posted, and you want to contribute to free code camp via blogging for them, that is open source contribution as well. So and like you will be questioning, how is that open source contribution? I am not writing single code on GitHub. That's the thing, you don't have to write anything on GitHub to count it as open source contribution. If you are supporting a open source project in any way, then that is open source contribution. So you can definitely go ahead, check out such pages, blogging sites, anything like that, and if you want to contribute, feel free to contribute to that. Then Discord servers and stuff, you can join them obviously and ask questions there, check out other things, see, follow these steps to contribute. Definitely go ahead and check the contributions. So see the like frequently asked questions maybe here, feedbacks you can give, read contribution guides. So go ahead and read the contribution guide. So let me check if here is contribution guide, or here it is what I'm looking at actually. Okay, these are manuals and stuff, but okay, this is curriculums. Then translations. Okay, and you can edit it as well. So let's go ahead, frequently asked questions. See, there are so many questions. So if you have a question, and that might already be answered here, so that's why I'm taking you through every step that I personally go. I try to read as much as I can about the project and what they are doing. uh, so yeah, I don't want to take time in reading this, but just wanted to make sure you are going through this. So it's here. So after that, you don't really have to read the license. in general case for contributing. But if you are planning to fork it and make a your own flavor of free code camp, for example, then you should definitely read out the license agreements and licensing to the project, because that is really essential. So see reporting security. If there is a security issue that you discovered or you came across, then see there are guidelines for it. You should definitely read it, how it goes. And this thing, I usually sometimes what I do is I go through the release notes as well. Like, because like if the project is really big I'm contributing to, I go through the release notes as well, because now the release notes tells me that what are the contributions generally the project prioritizes, or how they manage their timelines, or how many, like how what's the frequency, or what each release had that the previous release did not have, like what are the changes and what mass changes are happening there, something like that. So generally I try that's why read everything whatever you can find in here. Read that. There is generally like a docs page here as well, so you can go there and see contribute to free code camp. And let's see, mm, open source code base, how to set up free code camp. Let's say, see, now I am here, set up free code camp on local machine or gitpod, and check out these things. So yeah, that's how you go and check out these things. Sometimes happens that some of the steps are not mentioned in the documentation that you needed while setting up the project. So now that becomes a really great value uh, contribution, because now you are helping someone else in the future that might face same issue as you. So basically that you follow all the steps, and if you encountered any new step or any step that has been deprecated, maybe that is the contribution you can do. Then how to run it locally, example, dependencies, read everything, all these warnings and stuff, right, like go through them, try it out yourself, right? So coming back, so join forums and servers are done, try a project out yourself. So that's why I added it here, because first thing, as it said here, you can install it locally. So if I go here, set it up, and there has multiple like methods here, like gitpod. I work at Elestio, so what I generally do is I go ahead and set it up on Elestio, and generally I try out projects. So if I'm contributing to say suppose Postgres, let's go and try out something. I don't know Postgres, but let's do that. I'll just uh, copy the password as well. So maybe, but no. See, so that this is fast and I am biased to use it. It's good, so that's how you use it. So now say suppose I'm trying to contribute to Postgres, and I have Postgres here, either locally, anything, whatever works for you. You are following the documentation, whatever works for you. Then you go ahead, try different stuff. See, if you don't like the UI, propose a new UI. Anything works. Say suppose add new server. I don't know what I am doing, but let's see if the buttons are working. Okay, buttons are working. Something like that, so you can understand what I'm telling. You can go ahead and uh, you should definitely try out projects. So because this is really essential, because now you will uh, you have a new machine, and you are trying some of like different stuff there. Okay, this is happening, you need something else. Okay, error handling can be different. You can definitely check out the logs, inspect element. I generally do such lot of stuff. I go to consoles if I'm facing some issues here, what are the issue, I try to understand it. If I'm able to contribute, maybe at least report it. So creating a issue, reviewing someone else PRs, fixing grammatical issues in documentation, making documentation much better, adding steps, maybe removing steps after deprecation. If the open source project has its blogs, and if you are contributing to blogs, advocating for the project is also open source contribution. So if you love open source project, a project you have been working on with for a lot of time, and you are evangelizing about it when you go to an event or just talk about it, that is open source contribution as well. And don't listen to anyone who tells you otherwise. Trust me, they are open source contribution, because at the end you are providing value back to the open source project you are contributing to. So they are open source contributions. So generally check out some things, what errors you are getting, create issues for that, and see if many people have introduced it. One more open source contribution can be, so say suppose you set up a project, say suppose I set up the Postgres, and I know maybe how to like, to be honest, I don't really know how to use Postgres, but now say suppose I know how to configure a pg admin. uh, and it's my, say suppose 1 week I'm into Postgres, learning about Postgres, and I know how to configure a pg admin, and I'm helping someone new that has their day one with Postgres project, and I'm helping them to configure their project, and configure their pg admin, and I'm helping them. So that is open source contribution as well. So try to think of open source contribution into value addition, and try to find as many ways as you can to add value to a project. So that's why I said there is no big or small contribution, it's just a contribution. So think in that way. So think outside GitHub. That could be a new quote on new slide, but I've just came up with it right now. That's all right. But again, think outside of GitHub, that there are so many ways you can contribute to open source, uh, that nobody really talks about. And you should definitely check out different sessions on OpenCo, again telling about it, because I have seen there are multiple great talks specified on certain topic, especially, and they will go in depth of topics that I'm not going in this talk. So again, try out the product yourself, right? So after that, if you find something, maybe report it or try to work on it, try to add a different perspective. Hey, this can be different, this can be different. Just talking with the maintainers, giving suggestions is also open source contribution. Maybe not your original suggestions, but your suggestion might spark up some different idea into maintainers, and that might help larger audience. That is a contribution, right? So but it's so hard to choose. So what contribution should I do? So when I said open source is for everyone, that's where you come into. What are your priorities? What are your interests? My interests are programming and building good standards in open source. These are mine. You don't have to have the similar ones, but these are mine. So whatever you will see my contributions on open source would be either working on the code part of the project, or helping them build a better documentation, having good code of conduct, uh, revamping their licenses, helping them maintain their uh, standards, community standards, open source standards. So these are two niche I am interested in, so I contribute to them. So find what's interesting to you. You like to teach, you know about Postgres, and you are teaching people in Postgres community about Postgres. That's a contribution. Maybe you like to make graphics, for example. You really like UI, not general, not specifically. Let's not go to UI right now, because now we know what UI is like. You get like creative elements into the website and making it better, something like that. But let's go to just graphics. Say suppose you like to make the graphical images, illustrative images. Maybe you are putting using that images to teach someone better, like in the documentation, if there is just a block diagram of something, and if you are illustrating it so that other people can understand the diagram better, then that is a really really good value contribution. So you can use your designing skills there, your illustrating skills there. So that's what I'm trying to tell is, it's so hard to choose, but if you just pick whatever you like and just focus on that, you don't have to see hey, this person is just coding into the open source project, he's so cool, and why am I not able to do that? My contributions are not of value. You are thinking it wrong. If you are interested in design and maintaining, maybe technical writing or documentation only, just focus on that. You will find so many opportunities just by doing and picking and focusing on whatever you like, and just removing everything. Okay, some people are telling me the only code contributions matter, and documentation contributions doesn't really, no one cares. Don't listen to them. You are doing you better, and you will find greater opportunities, trust me on that. And open source, what is the worst can happen? Either you raise a PR, it doesn't get accepted, is it's not crashing any world, any server there. So what's the worst that can happen, right? So just go ahead, contribute whatever you like, pick it, maybe make a list. These are the technical things like programming, creating issues, reviewing PRs. Even if you are not getting time to write code yourself, I generally go to projects and help the maintainers review the PR. You can review a PR even if you are not a maintainer. I have heard people say and have the same question, can I just review someone PR? Yeah, you can review the PR even if you are not a maintainer. So I generally do, I understand code. So I'm not able to code, I have limited time, I just go and help the maintainers review the PRs based on the conversation. I read conversation, help them review the PR. Next decisions are always maintainers decision, but I help them in some or the other way. At least now I know what they don't want, at least. So that's a win-win, so there's nothing to lose. And for the presentation part, that's it. And these are all the social link dumps there. I hope Kartike or Tokir can share them in chat. But yeah, we can enable the chat for the maybe what we can say, Q&A, if that's all right. Let me stop sharing this chat. Okay, I see a lot of many people here. I was not for getting assigned in a crowd. Okay, so yeah, that's what I mentioned, getting assigned in a crowd. So don't go to the projects that has a lot of crowd. First of all, that's really easy. Don't go to this projects because, like, see, uh, for open, you will feel okay if an, like, I'm not demotivating you to go not go to these projects, but see, if there is a lot of crowd, you will be definitely get demotivated, because now you see so many people interested in doing the same thing. You feel comfortable contributing to, but now you're not able to find, like, okay, I cannot find a single issue. But then just go ahead, start with simpler projects, like I said, sort it as like least starred, and you will find project with literally 0 stars. Maybe go and contribute to them, they are still participating in Hacktoberfest. So your that part is sorted. The project is getting good contributor, you are getting plenty of time to work on the contribution, and you are able to get as many contributions as you want there, because it's a small project. Most of the time whatever you are suggesting will get accepted. So it's a win-win, right? So that's how you like, don't go with crowd. And if you are planning to get assigned in the crowd, then what happens is, if you are in Hacktoberfest, there is lot of crowd. So if you are contributing to a project for say suppose 1 year, and that project is participating in Hacktoberfest, it's highly likely that you will get assigned in crowd. So to get assigned in a crowd, you have to like step aside from the crowd first and be a regular contributor to the project. It comes back to the what we can say, uh, trust between maintainers and contributors. So if they see you contributing often, you get a high chance of getting that issue assigned. So that's like two-way transaction, we can say. uh, yeah, please send your questions, would be happy to take them. uh, yeah, Talking, any questions on socials maybe?
Yeah, those were some amazing points. Like as you say that it's not about making contributions to those fancy projects, but it's the value that you are adding in the contribution. So that just makes so much sense. And yeah, let me check the socials if folks have
Yeah.
sent any questions. By then, if you folks
And
have
I
any
would
question,
highly recommend you all to check out. Sorry,
yeah, take on.
you are froze. I guess your voice is not clear. Okay.
Let me check.
Yeah, so like if you are here still here, maybe take screenshot, share about what you are learning, maybe screenshot a project you found out with the techniques I just showed, a new project you found out and you are planning to contribute to it. Take screenshot of it, link it in your tweet, your LinkedIn post, tag us. You would like to check out what different projects, creative projects you found out and you are willing to contribute to it. uh, that's the whole concept. You help the maintainers, the project, by contributing to it, by spreading word about it. And yeah, you don't get into the crowd pressure. I just showed you there are literally some literally have zero issues, zero pull request open. So you have a bigger pool of projects to contribute to. So there are not only 10 and 100 projects on GitHub, right? So, and like the ratio is literally matched. Everyone had some or the other projects that they have put on GitHub. Maybe you can contribute to that. So basically that's the whole idea here.
Okay. I hope I am audible now, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I don't feel so. We don't have any questions. Awesome. Cool. I feel then we should wrap it up. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Kaiwalya. The lesson was just amazing, and you shared some really great points over there. And I hope the that folks do take some takeaways from this session and make some great contributions out there in some amazing projects.
Yeah.
Awesome, folks. Make sure to follow Kaivalya over his socials and you can reach him out. We are just sharing his link over here. You can just reach him out over his socials. And also make sure to join the OpInCo community. Link is in the description. And also, if you have any friends or folks, those who are unable to join the live stream or were unable to join due to some reason, you can share the live stream with them as it will be recorded. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for joining. See you again in the next stream. Bye bye.